Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I know it's tricky to tell the truth on certain subjects. In this case, it's hard to tell the truth or the other side of the developments, let's say, in the Middle East. Why? Because of censorship and other players. So I'm going to try to not step in shit when I'm going to cover what's going on in the Middle East right now. And it's something very clear that I stated and I predicted as soon as Israel retaliated against those evil Hamas and Hezbollah and so on, which is Israel will never give back what it got. That was the first one. Second, Donald Trump will always support 100% Israel. Third, the refugees that left Gaza will not return there, and the baboons will try to make sure that those people, the Palestinians, refugees, will stay in other Arab countries. And I have here an article, and this is what made me bring it to 100%, the decision to make this video. Here, Sputnik. Trump believes Gaza refugees could be resettled to other Arab countries. On my channel, on Rumble, I posted many videos where I can tell the truth more than on YouTube. So here is what I said about Israel will ignore UN resolution, calls you blah, 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 blah. Tells US to get lost. This is what I said. This is my channel right here. So if you want to go and follow it or go and watch my videos there related to, this is on Rumble, as I said. And on YouTube, I had a lot of videos where I said Israel plans fulfill in the Middle East, Iran's next. Trump serves masters and get US in war with Iran. I said on December 14th. It's just a confirmation that I bring to you, not for me. I'm 99% certain of what I said. Israel will do whatever it wants. The war in the Middle East will end only when there's not going to be one side there anymore. It can be, or it's going to be with Israel taking lands to fulfill its promise. From, I don't know, when we can say it. So that's the first one with Trump. Now, if you think that this is fair and this is okay, like Trump believes Gaza refugees could be resettled to all other Arab countries, if you think that's fair, let's imagine that someone comes in your house, right, and you have a family, and they start beating you up, and part of your family just temporarily goes in the backyard and stays over there. And after the guy comes and beats you up real bad, they say, you know what, guys, don't come back. How about you go from now on, you're going to live in the backyard or maybe at a neighbor's house don't come back. What would you say? Wouldn't you say, wait a second, but that's my house over there. That's my land. Well, they don't care. Let me show you a picture here. This picture, when these guys in the West will show you the destruction in Ukraine caused by the Russians, right? Think about this one in Gaza. And this is what the compassionates are doing, supposedly. The Russians, we know, they are as they are portrayed. You're supposed to hate them. But these guys, now if you tell me that this bombardment was a strategic, surgical strike on this city, on these buildings, if you tell me that this was a surgical strike, I don't know what to tell you, my friends. Give me $20,000 today, and I'm going to give it to you tomorrow with an interest of 3,000%, if I'm going to show up. So don't be so gullible. So let's see what Trump said. US President Donald Trump announced the possibility of resettling refugees from the Gaza Strip in a number of Arab countries. Why not Israel? Both temporarily and in the long term. There's still refugees in Palestine, in the Middle East, from the wars, previous wars, and they're not back. Now, you tell me how is that possible? There's a resolution 242 in the United Nations. Voted. Everybody, Security Council, everybody. It's a resolution right there, which says that Israel should, pull back from certain occupied territories. Why? Because there's another, I don't know exactly how it's called, I think it's in the international law. It says that the territory that you acquired through war, of self-defense or offense, after the hostilities end, you have to give it back. You can't build settlements on it and push the other ones out. Nevertheless, so let's see what Trump said. And I'm quoting Trump. It's literally a demolition site. Who caused it? If you say the Hamas, then you have to go to Ukraine and say the Ukrainians caused the Artemovsk or Pokrovsk or bombardments, flattening those because of those guys being over there. The Russians came and bombarded where the enemy was, their enemy. So then if you say, well, it's a demolition site, who caused that? If you say, well, the Hamas, because these guys went after the Hamas, then you're going to say, let's say in Avdiivka, Russia, or in Mariupol, when the Russians flatten it, you can say, well, it's because the Ukrainians were over there and the Russians, the evil Russians, are to get them over there. Use the same fucking logic. Be consistent. Or you can say, well, these guys are good and those guys are bad. You tell me that this looks like good to you? This looks good to you? No, I don't think so. This right here, this is just indiscriminate bombardment. So let's see what our president, remember Trump is not a president of Palestine or Israel or Gaza or West Bank or East Jerusalem. No, he's the president of another country. That's it. Like Putin, like Kim Jong-un, like Maduro, like Xi Jinping, like these baboons, all of them. But he's the only one who says this. Why? Because, remember, this little video right here, Israel's plans fulfilled in the Middle East, Iran's next. And what they say here? Let me show you. Trump serves masters and get US in war with Iran. I guarantee you that. That's my assessment. Trump follows the orders. Israel strikes near Russian bases. Israel prepares to stay in Syria. Netanyahu papapap tabarap. Okay? I said it. Let's see what Trump says here. Trump, president of a different country. It's literally a demolition site. Almost everything is demolished. By what? Not bombarded. And people are dying there. What kind of people? They're dying there. So he, president of a different country, I'd rather get involved with some of the Arab nations. How about the guys who caused the demolition? How about that one? No? Okay. So I'd rather go with the Arab nations and build housing at a different location. Where? Tel Aviv? Where they can maybe live in peace for a change. Aren't you a Nobel Prize laureate in the coming? Told reporters from the White House pool on the board of What do you think, my friends? Adding that the resettlement of Gaza refugees could be either temporary or long-term. I suspect forever. Forever. All right? So this is what I think. All right. 2 million Palestinians could be resettled. In the meantime, they will never be allowed to come back. That's my no. And Gaza is going to be, I don't know, a resort built by Trump. Okay, let's go to the next one. Do you know that Donald Trump, with so much fanfare, stated, I stop all aid to the countries, foreign aid? When I read that one, right here, Trump suspends U.S. foreign assistance for 9 days pending reviews. When I read it, I said, I guarantee you there's going to be one country that will not have its U.S. foreign assistance cancelled. And I was right. Yes, that's the chosen. Sorry, let me show you. So this was when he said Trump suspends U.S. foreign assistance. And in the down here somewhere at the bottom, all right, we find out some of the biggest recipients of U.S. assistance, Israel and Egypt and Jordan, are unlikely to see dramatic reductions. How about nothing? All right, we have this article. State Department freezes new funding for nearly all U.S. aid programs worldwide. When I said nearly, I said, woo! I want it. I know who is. Please let me answer that. And I was not wrong. Again. And I'm going to show you who are the ones. Can you guess? $1 for who guesses. Right there. While Rubio's order exempted military assistance to allies, Israel and Egypt, from the freeze, there was no indication of a similar wave to allow vital U.S. military assistance to Ukraine through. So, exempted these guys right here. These guys, Maine. These guys are just baboons right there. Alright? So, Israel, right there, exempted, my friends. Did you know? Did you expect that? I could have told you that ahead of time. Why? I know how these guys operate. So first, they do whatever they want. They will not give back shit. All right, that's a plan. You know that's a plan over there. Promise. A promise is a promise. Anyway, these guys will never go back. The guys that were pushed because of that demolition that Trump was talking about will not come back there. To come back to what exactly? And Trump is the humanitarian. Yeah, man, let's settle them in the neighbors' houses over there because these guys flattened that house and we're going to build over there. And they will come back. Never! Oh, my friends, here is the world we live in. Thank you. And who's who, what's what, who's in charge of whom? Remember, we have a United Nations. We have all these Security Council resolutions. We have the Security Council where they meet over there and they point the fingers at Russia and they veto everything that goes towards that particular thing. And we're supposed to support these guys? If you tell me, well, that's our boys. Well, that's not just. That's not just. We can be like that and look only for our interests, but then to what extent? We can drop nuclear weapons. Let's make a crazy scenario. Let's say Israel tomorrow drops, because we know Israel doesn't have, I don't know, like 2 nuclear bombs on whomever they feel like, in self-defense. My bad. Do you think there will happen anything to those guys? Did anything? Do you think the Americans will not veto all the resolutions put forth by other countries in the Security Council? Do you think anybody's going to do anything about it? Probably they will try, but the United States will get its guns out and is going to say, how is that? Do you feel lucky, punk? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.